All hell is breaking loose in Russia and Ukraine right now. Ukraine successfully targeting oil depots and key infrastructure in Russia using drone swarms, Flamingo ballistic missiles, and other cutting-edge weaponry. You also have Russia striking inside Ukraine in Zaporizhia, in Kyiv, and Kharkiv as well. Donald Trump promised he would end this war in day one. Well, we're in June right now, almost in July, and things are escalating. The drone swarms by Ukraine into Russia are causing massive damage, and Putin seems unable to stop these drone swarms and Flamingo missiles. Most recently, Russia's Krasnodar Krai area, one of southern Russia's largest refineries, burns after last night's massive Ukrainian strikes. Take a look right here. Slavyansk on Kuban in Russia is hot. Just to give you a sense of what's going on, and I'll play for you the footage in just one moment. Ukraine continued its campaign against Russia's oil infrastructure overnight, targeting the Slavyansk Echo refinery in Slavyansk na Kubani, Krasnodar Krai. Slavyansk Echo is one of the largest independent refineries in southern Russia, with an annual processing capacity of up to 5.2 million tons of crude oil, or approximately 100,000 barrels per day. It represents an estimated 15 to 20% of southern Russia's refining capacity and plays an important role in supplying fuel across the region. The refinery is co-owned by Robert Paryantz, a regional legislature from the ruling United Russia Party. Investigative reporting has identified Slavyansk Echo as a supplier to a Russian fuel company that was allegedly involved in exchanges with North Korea as well. Let me show you Kate from Kharkiv's video. Let's just play this video right here as well. Also, what you have right here is some footage from the night from Kate from Kharkiv, Slavyansk on Kuban, where this oil refinery was attacked. Here's what it looks like. I'll just show you some photos. Here's another photo. Let me show you what it looked like at night. This is Kate from Kharkiv. Let's play it. Another video that was posted right here, this time from Victoria's Log. And Jay from Kyiv reposted it. Shout out Jay, he's got a great YouTube site as well. The last remaining air defense near Kerch Bridge, right by Crimea, was blown to shreds by these Ukrainian drones and these flamingos, just targeting piece by piece. It does seem like something big is about to happen in Crimea. We've been covering how one by one, you've had these air defenses that were being knocked out by Ukraine. Let's play it right here. Now, you'll recall a day before that, you had those Ukrainian FP-5 Flamingo cruise missiles striking Russia's Titan Barakati defense class in the Volgograd region during the morning's long-range attack. This was a facility that was used to manufacture launcher systems for several of Russia's key missile platforms, including the Iskandar ballistic missile system, which had been targeting and continues to target areas in Ukraine as well. Let's play this clip. Just want to show you that Volgograd strike right here so you can see what these Ukrainian flamingos look like. Let's play this clip as well.
Ебать! Нихуя себе, ебать! Движуха! Он летит, вон.
ПВО, работай, блядь! ПВО где? Еще одна попала.
Еще одна!
Вон, еще одна.
Ебать! Где? Вон он летит. Не, мам, в жилуху не едем! В жилуху не едем! Здесь поживем пока! Летит еще. Охуеть!
President Zelensky of Ukraine then posted this video right here of 15 of the regions in Ukraine that were targeted in Russian strikes. Let's play this clip as well. More from President Zelensky right here. He says, "Our warriors began Ukraine's Constitution Day with great accuracy. Last night, our long-range sanctions reached 2 oil refineries in Russia. The Slavyansk," play the B-roll while I read this, refinery in the Krasnodar region was hit about 300 kilometers from the front line. We also reached a refinery in the Yarsaval region, approximately 700 kilometers from our border. We continue our operations that weaken Russia's ability to wage this war. Each of our long-range sanctions means fewer resources serving Russia's war machine and another step towards peace. We will continue to respond to Russian terror. I thank our warriors for these results right here. Show the B-roll right here of what it's looking like in Moscow right now, where there were these massive fuel shortages. You can take a look at, even as there have been rumors that some of these service stations are getting gas, it'll result in all of these lines forming, but there is a massive fuel shortage taking place as well. I'll share this with you. Play the B-roll right here. We're looking at the Chita area in Russia, 5,000 kilometers from Ukraine as well. You're seeing these massive traffic lines of cars.
Are you one of those people who loves coffee, the taste, the smell, the whole ritual, but the caffeine sends you straight into an anxiety spiral? Because, same. I love trying new coffee shops and fun seasonal drinks, but one full cup and suddenly my heart is sprinting and my brain is running in 5 different directions. That's why I love Mud Water. Same morning ritual, coffee, chai, or matcha, but with functional mushrooms and adaptogens instead of a full caffeine hit. Steady energy, no spiral. I've been loving their original blend. It's cacao, chai, turmeric, and functional mushrooms. It's like a spicy hot cocoa. Warm, grounding, and actually satisfying. For coffee shop lovers who just can't handle the full caffeine load anymore, Mud Water is the version of your morning drink that you didn't even know existed. Because loving coffee shouldn't mean negotiating with it every morning. Mud Water is a coffee alternative made with mushrooms and adaptogens, about 1/7 of the caffeine of coffee. So you get the focus energy without the jitters, crash, or anxiety. The best way to start is the starter kit. It's designed to set you up with everything you actually need and to build the habit. When you order, you get the full-size tin of your chosen blend, plus a free rechargeable frother, free gifts, and free shipping. Ready to make the switch to cleaner energy? Go to mudwater.com/Meidas and grab the starter kit. Use code Meidas and you'll get 43% off. The best way to start is the starter kit. It's designed to set you up with everything you actually need to build the habit. When you order, you get the full-size tin of your chosen blend, a free rechargeable frother, free gifts, and free shipping. Ready to make the switch to cleaner energy? Go to mudwater.com/Meidas and grab the starter kit. Use code Meidas and you'll get 43% off. The frother alone is worth it. That's right, up to 43% off with code Meidas at mudwtr.com. After your purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show. Let them know that MeidasTouch sent you.
You're even starting to see on the, well, you have been seeing for some time, I should say, the military bloggers in Russia. I'll show you the speech that Putin gave. They're saying even on their military blogs, I wonder who's reporting the following to Putin. Who's reporting this to him? Why the hell are you lying to him? And this is what Putin said. The Russian armed forces have approached the village of Dobroplia, but the Ukrainian armed forces have no prepared defense lines beyond it, which it just isn't accurate. So even the Russian military bloggers are like, what the heck is going on right there? Here's a speech that Putin just gave yesterday, and then I'll share with you what Zelensky's been saying, what Putin's been saying. Here's what Putin said. They try to remove us as a global power that stands against evil. They have always failed. They will always fail. We are addressing all challenges, including terror attacks against our infrastructure. We will also address challenges such as demographics, and we will save our traditional values. We see Ukrainian forces losing their positions on the front line. That's why they resort to terrorism within Russia, to which even the Russian military bloggers are like, that's not what's happening right now. Russia has encountered unprecedented kind of pressure from Western elites. They wanted to impose strategic defeat on us on the battlefield. They want to destabilize our society, but they'll fail at that. They'll fail at everything. The main objection of the Russian armed forces is to fully liberate Donbass and Novorossiya. Putin says proposals are coming from Kyiv to limit military operations to just 4 territories, Donetsk, Luhansk, Zaporizhia, and the Kherson regions. That would allow the Ukrainian armed forces to redeploy units from other fronts. Kyiv will pay for its crimes in the Kursk region with the lost territory needed for a security zone. The issue of supplying Crimea with energy will be resolved. We will increase fuel deliveries by land and by sea. We will not give the Ukrainian armed forces a chance to impose their own terms for negotiations. Crimea's full fuel needs will be met. All damaged energy facilities in Russia are being restored quickly. Everything is operating with a large margin of safety. And then he gave an interview as well, Putin did, and he talked about his meeting last August with Donald Trump in Anchorage, Alaska. And he says, there were indeed no agreements reached in Anchorage, while the spirit of Anchorage was not embodied in any formal documents. No signatures were affixed. We discussed certain possibilities for resolving the crisis in Ukraine, and the compromises under discussion were precisely the proposals put forward to us by the American side. We were asked to make compromises formulated by American negotiators. Here's what we've heard from Zelensky. Zelensky says he is hereby approved a 40-day operation to influence Russia into ending the war after receiving a briefing from the head of security services on strikes against Russia. Then he said last night, play the B-roll here as well, folks. Last night, our long-range sanctions targeted the occupiers' military logistics, oil industry, and air defenses. All of this is just a response to Russia's brutal attacks against our people. I thank the warriors of the Security Service of Ukraine, the Unmanned System Forces, the Defense Intelligence of Ukraine, and the Special Operations Forces for their successful work at a distance of about 300 kilometers from the front line. Facilities on both sides of the Crimean Bridge were hit. Maritime logistic used to transport oil in Krasnodar region and oil depots temporarily occupied Kerch. In addition, military logistics facilities were successfully struck along with 4 radar stations belonging to S-400 systems with 2 Panzer systems. I'm grateful to our warriors for their precision and professionalism. Russia understands only strength, and our long-range strength is certainly working for peace. Glory to God. You see that right there. And then there's been reports coming in as well that the average lifespan of a Russian soldier who is recruited from the time of recruitment to death on average is like a few days right now. And in terms of being put on the front lines, a few minutes at this point, and that there's this constant need to replace these Russian soldiers on the front lines in this. Yeah, it's being described as a meat grinder, but this period of recruitment to dying on the battlefield, like a 5 to 10 day period in total, then on the battlefield, like hours or sometimes minutes taking place. That's what's going on right now. I want to give you the full range of when you hear what's being said. It's clear that Putin is not looking for a deal anytime soon. It's clear that this is going to continue down, a path. Just remember, Donald Trump said one of his campaign promises, just like he promised he would bring down prices on day one and housing would be more affordable, electricity would be cut in half. He was such a good relationship with Putin, and he knows Zelensky so well that he'd be able to end this war in 24 hours. And of course, we're seeing that not happen right here. Let me share this with you as well. My friend Ben Hodges, I should have showed you this. Ben Hodges, former U.S. Army Commander Europe. Here's what he has to say. Let's play it.
How the senior military leadership responds, or what do we hear from them going forward? I think you see a lot of professional military know that Putin's war has destroyed or severely damaged Russia's military, and even damaged Russia's ability to defend itself. And so I think at some point I could imagine, I have nothing to base this on except history. I could imagine at some point the military leadership saying, this is enough. And we want to accelerate to that point as quickly as possible. And I think that's part of the Ukrainian strategy when Minister Fedorov says the goal is to create 50,000 Russian casualties per month. That is dramatic. Those are losses that could never be replaced.
There you have it. Let me know what you think, everybody. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Want to stay plugged in? Become a subscriber to our Substack at MeidasPlus.com. You'll get daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, ad-free episodes of our podcast, and more exclusive content only available at MeidasPlus.com.